I'm Fariso.
And I am Zerin.
And you're watching We Need to Talk. Thank you guys so much for tuning in with us today. We have a touchy topic.
Very touchy. Very Philly too.
Very Philly, yeah. Some will feel happy inside. Some will might be
a little cringy,
yeah. Mad at us.
Mad,
it's okay. You might want to skip
upset.
the next couple of episodes.
Not couple. This one. Come back. Ain't that
you
bad.
can come back. Listen, we gotta tell the truth.
True.
You know, and sometimes truth hurts. Tough talks. But listen, we love you. We care about you. You're our friends. So we're gonna give it to you straight. Today we're talking about relationships versus situationships. Which ship are you on?
What ship are you on? All right, are you sinking? Are you swimming? Are you Titanic? What's going on?
Or are you smooth sailing?
Are you smooth sailing? You know, all right. And so with that, we're gonna play a game real first, like always.
Yay!
Make it fun.
I love games.
You know, break that ice.
I like games.
And so
just don't play games with my heart.
What's all that? Don't play games with my heart. Right. So situationships versus relationships. Give me that scenario, okay? And so we're each gonna give us. Oh, I'll give a scenario,
okay.
And we're gonna see. Do we think that's a relationship or a situationship? You say you are a boyfriend and girlfriend, but you have not changed your status on your Facebook. Ooh. It has been a year.
Ooh, it's been a year. You ain't changed your Facebook status.
Exactly. The status is still at single. What is that? Situationship or relationship?
Ready?
I'm ready. 1, 2. Oh, okay, all right. Relationship. Yes. Okay.
Contrary to what Facebook says, that's not the definition of who we are on social media.
Exactly. Don't let media dictate who you are. Yeah. Okay. All right. Next scenario. You have been involved with each other for 2 years.
2 years.
But not committed to being girlfriend and boyfriend. 2 years.
What we been doing for the 2 years?
I mean, you've been intimate, you've been emotional, but you know, emotionally involved, but you just have not committed. Say, hey, let's be boyfriend and girlfriend.
Is it okay?
And I said involved, so like, who knows doing who? Like, you know, who is involved? The other one, them, both? Who knows? What is it? Situationship, okay.
We ain't had that talk. I don't care how long it is.
We don't.
It's a situationship to me.
It is.
We gotta have that tough talk.
Tough talk.
Yes.
Okay, so please tell me, Fariso, all the tough talks. What is a situationship?
I'm in the hot seat. Okay. Oh.
What is it?
Okay. Situationship.
Yes.
Okay, so a situationship is that space where you are more than friends with benefits. You're more than friends, but you haven't decided mutually to be in a relationship. So it's kind of like, I don't want to use this word, but it popped into my mind.
Use it. I'm ready.
Purgatory. but that puts a negative twist on it. It's not always a negative thing.
It's like Soul, that movie. Oh, I don't want to give out the deets, but he was in purgatory for a second.
Yeah.
But yes, I believe that as well. You know, it's like that middle ground where it's like we're trying to figure out what's going on, and we haven't taken it to the next level. But also, I think, you know, it could be maybe you're not trying to take it to the next level. Maybe you are in a situation and y'all know you're in a situation.
We comfortable.
Yeah, we comfortable. You know,
we just chilling. We just chilling for 2 years.
Yeah, but for 2 years. All right, we're gonna talk about that too, because that's way too long. You way too comfortable. Great. If you're that comfortable, you need to reevaluate like what is really going on.
Okay.
I want to know about the time frames when you are in a situationship or you're in a relationship, but the other part is in the other ship.
Oh, we not in the same ship?
We're not in the same ship. You know, literally one's on the boat and one's on the raft. Okay? And so, tell me how you have dealt with that, and why did y'all not make a title for yourself?
Ouch. Why are you trying to get in my business?
I don't want to be in it, but we in it.
Okay.
Slide in.
So there was one time, so I was seeing this gentleman. It had been several months.
Gentleman. I already tell you the boy.
I've been seeing this gentle man.
God.
And so we've been spending a lot of our time together. Started slow, started getting on like faster. And then we went out one time, I think it was like an open mic night of my friend, and someone was like, I was like, oh, hey, this is this person. And then the guy was like, oh, so is that your boyfriend? And I was just like, just smiling there, stupid. And he was like, yes, I'm her boyfriend. And for me, I started to panic because, you know, I didn't know how to be like, I'm not your girlfriend. So what I did, I tried it for 3 months. 3 months became 6 months. 6 months became 9 months. 9 months became a year. You guys don't even want to know how long I was stuck in a relationship.
She was in the situationship zone.
I was in one of those times where, because you don't have that conversation, he made an assumption, and he made that assumption because we were spending time. I had met his family, blah blah blah, and I was not like I was too, I don't know, scared. I didn't know how to have that conversation. So then we ended up trapped. Oh, dang, that was a harsh word.
That's good. No, that's not harsh. It's exactly what it is.
That's how I felt.
It was a trap because there was a lack of communication. So why do you think you couldn't make a title before that? Like, why do you think it got down to that?
Ooh, dang, you really getting in my business today. Really?
I'm sick on your teeth.
Really? You get your own. What? Get your own tea. Get your own.
We sipping on tea today.
So you said why didn't I want to make a title with the person?
So why couldn't y'all make a title before this happened? Like, why do you think it took to this point?
Well, I think
be like, ooh, what are we?
I think he, and I think a lot of men sometimes they just make that assumption. Oh, I'm like taking you out on dates. I'm like investing in you. I've like shown you to my family. So they made that assumption that like we are in a relationship. Me, the reason why is because I don't know. I kind of knew deep down that he like wasn't my person, and I had been kind of trying to drop hints to him, and I think he saw those hints, but he didn't care. He was just like trying to like sail the ship along.
Oh yeah.
And there was someone.
He cast that sail. He was like,
perfect.
And I think what also happens with situationships, I wanted it to be a situationship. Call it selfish, call it wanting to be free, but I was also interested in another person. If I can be totally honest, I was interested in another person at that time.
Same time. This is getting a little interesting. The other part, you know, I've been in is a situationship. We both been in situationships, and we knew what it was, and we were okay with what it was, and we were committed to leaving it what it was, you know.
Did it work?
And it worked. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, a happy situation.
Happy! Yay! We're out here.
How long?
It was probably like less than 6 months.
Okay. So y'all knew what it was.
Yes, we knew what it was, and it was just like it was good because we communicated about it. We talked about it. You know, if someone like even had like an inkling of maybe feeling something, we would bust it in the butt. Like hey, like let's talk about this.
You stop those feelings! You busted it. You better stop.
Put those back in. Put those back in. I want it.
Stop it.
No, but it was good because like it was, for me, it helped me know what I want. You know, it showed me what I need. And funny enough, it brought me to this one.
Aww.
You know, because I think it was in that time frame I realized I was like, okay, I'm done with like this whole scenario of like just being like just with someone just, you know, willy-nilly, you know, like, and like it took that to be like, okay, like I've been through all these things before and I'm in this. It was healthy enough, you know, and it showed me about myself, what I want, what I need, you know.
Awesome.
And it was like, hey, like I'm ready to commit to somebody, you know, and luckily she was the somebody that I connected with. Another big part I think that's big about it is the fact that you can't say you're in a situationship and then act like you're in a relationship.
Talk about it.
And so I think I've been in that situation too, where it's like we said what we are. We said, hey, we know that this is our playground, and this is what we decided that how we're gonna treat our situation. You know, But when that other person starts to really catch like a certain feeling, and they start, introducing like a different side of them, and they start getting angry when certain things are not taken care of, when a situationship doesn't have all the qualities that a relationship has, and you have to be understanding that this is where it's at. And until we both come together and talk about it, maybe we can elevate to be a relationship. That's always a possibility. But I think the other tidbit is the fact that, you have to stay within the realm of what y'all communicated, and not deviate from it, unless you had another conversation saying that, hey, I think we should move on.
It's so hard though, right? Like, we can say like both of us were like, this is a situation, but like you said, one of y'all more than likely or not are going to end up catching feelings or like having these expectations, because it's natural. I think it's human nature. So for me, I think situationships can have their place, they can have their benefits, but I think there should be a time limit on it. I think that it should be, I think they can be beneficial, but only for a certain amount of time, only if it's temporary. Before people they can get resentment, they can start to feel low self-worth. Why doesn't this person want me in the way that I want them? You don't deserve that. Like, nobody deserves that. So I think it's really important to, if you say you're in a situationship and you're okay with it, really, check in with yourself as far as like, is this fair to me, and is this fair to the other person?
Yeah. Every situationship plays out. It's like a bad radio or a record. It goes, but after a while, it's gonna slow down, and you guys just know when it's time to jump ship.
It can jump ship, yeah.
Jump ship. What ship are you on?
So what can we do? What can we do if we find ourselves we figure out, we're in a situationship and I want more. What do you do then? I think you go to that person, you just be honest and you tell them how you feel. You can say, I'm starting to feel kind of like confused about what we're doing, where we are. I know I have really strong feelings for you. I want to know, are you on the same page? Because I would really like us to kind of move the relationship forward. And you just be honest, you communicate, don't have any shame about what you're feeling. Even if you guys had agreed to be a situationship and then it's kind of, your feelings have surpassed that, it's okay, just as long as, like Zerin said, you're continuing to communicate. So just and it can be hard because you have to be vulnerable and all this stuff. That person you might feel like they might reject you. That's what it feels like, but
it's rejection.
Is it rejection?
Yeah,
it's just like sometimes ships where it's just not the right time.
Yeah.
Just don't take it personal. You have to know how dope you are. Know that you are dope. You are worthy. Know what you want. And all you can do is communicate your feelings, communicate what you want, and that person will decide, are they ready, are they willing, are they able to give it to you or not.
Perfectly, everything she said is like on point. Even from a guy's perspective, I think what people think that we lack, people think guys lack the ability to be open, or to be honest about their feelings, and I think that's like a total, it's really a myth, that ability for a guy to be open and be honest about what they're going through, and what they think this is. And I think a lot of times, yes, maybe that guy's not making that first approach, and I get that, chivalry, is not dead. But it's okay, ladies, to tickle that box a little bit, to get that open up a little bit more. Because I said, we are technically, we're like flowers inside, if you really think about it, think of any guy or
what kind of flower are you? Are you a tulip? Are you a rose? Are you a sunflower?
I'm a thorny rose.
Wow.
I got thorns. I got that. Situationship. The thing about we want to talk also is about like our relationship and like how we've made it for what it is. and how we've been able to stay on this ship. It's important to know why do we make this a title from the very get go? What showed how did we get to that point?
Well, I think that we were able to communicate with each other in a really special way. I think just at the beginning, the conversation was amazing. We were just asking each other just really deep questions. He was asking me questions no one had ever asked me before. I think you asked me I don't know, would you have a kid when you're not married?
Valid question.
What are your thoughts on that? I was like, why is he asking me that?
but to me, I want her to show these are my beliefs and where I'm at right now in life. If anything, it shows me that how committed we were from the very get-go. Yeah. And so it made it a lot easier to smooth through it. You know?
I think we were really we were able to just really focus on getting to know each other, and that's it. And just taking that time and seeing where it went, and then after a while we're oh wow, we really like each other. We really.
I really like you.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I think taking that time of really getting deeply to know each other, and then once we agreed that we wanted to be committed to only each other, we decided to have a 3-month process. This is a goal setting for our relationship. 3-month where it's just us. We don't talk, we don't introduce each other to friends, we don't introduce each other to families, so that we don't have those outside influences, and really we can just be here and really figure out what this is. Are there any things that might prevent us from developing, and just really be able to zone in on each other? And I think that was really useful because it was able to develop us strong, before we just kind of went out on the internet.
went back to our other resources. Now it's kind of monthly check-ins, make sure everything fine, everything good, are we still in the same situation we were 3 months ago,
are we still happy?
Is there anything
I can be doing better?
And are we building up, or are we building down? Because you always want to build up.
You are dope.
You're dope.
Don't settle.
You're definitely dope. You're definitely dope for coming in and tuning in with us. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you are more understanding about not just your relationship, but if you're in a situationship, what that means to you, and if you are on the same path as your partner. And so have that conversation. Have it now. It's the perfect time. Watch it together. Maybe fight a little bit, but it's all right. Now you know what you're getting yourself into. And so definitely still connect with us like always. Every other Tuesday we'll be here. But comment below how you felt about this and what you got out of it, and maybe help us with some tips of how your relationship is going and how your goal setting is, and what you have used to make it good, and to keep it building. So,
yay!
Yes. And so until next time.
Thank you.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy New Year.
Goal setting.
Hashtag, what's your goal? What's your